welcome back. I'm Katie T from Katie T's Home, and I'm so happy you're here. So today I am going to talk about 6 affordable ways to update your home without remodeling. And I think this is going to be super helpful because I myself am renting the space and have done these different updates, and it really has increased the overall feeling of the home. So I'm excited to share with you. And also, don't forget to check out my online storefront. I have some homemaker digital downloads. And hit that subscribe button and that like button. I'm new to YouTube and I'm trying to build my channel, and I'd really appreciate the support. So without further ado, let's jump in. Okay, so first up on the list of the 6 affordable ways to update your home is to start with the heart of the home, and that's the kitchen, and I'm going to specifically focus on the kitchen countertops. So because I'm renting this house that my mama and Pepe built, there are a lot of outdated home features, and the kitchen counters are one of them. At the time when I first moved in, they were like a drab gold color, and with the kitchen cabinets, it was way too dark in the kitchen. So my quick and easy fix for this problem was to add vinyl, or in other words, contact paper, to the countertops. Now, full disclaimer, it was challenging to adhere the vinyl in the curved areas, like around the sink, but I'd say it is a much cheaper and longer lasting solution than if we were to paint it. We painted the backsplash as well, and while yes, it has also held up the same amount of time, which is about 3.5 years, when you consider the backsplash sees way less traffic and there are a couple nicks from when we scratched the paint on accident, it shows that the vinyl was the better option because all things equal, it's held up pretty good. And the only areas that we're having trouble with are the areas that we had trouble with from the beginning, and even those are pretty minor. So definitely add vinyl contact paper to your counters if they are outdated. And even in addition to that, I would say what you keep on your counters is also significant. For example, a lot of modern kitchens keep the area simple. So there isn't much existing on the countertops for like kitchen accessories or appliances. Updated kitchens have related items, however, like wooden cutting boards, I've seen lamps, or even like vintage or cottage decorative pieces. So this is where having items like an oil or soap tray are perfect because they fit the description of having a decorative display in the kitchen while also being practical. So next up on the list of 6 affordable ways to update your home without remodeling is to have an inviting, cozy living space outside. And I won't go into too much detail on how to decorate your outdoor space because I have a full video on how to do that. I'll put that in the description below. But know that having an enticing living space outside will add sophistication to your home. So an outdoor patio, when you think about it, can be easily associated with luxury, but it doesn't always have to cost a fortune. You can get furniture from Facebook Marketplace and then over time slowly acquire more decorative elements like tablecloths, rugs, plants, etc. to make your living space outside cozy. And personally, I love to spend time on my screened-in porch, whether it's in the morning with a cup of coffee or in the evenings with a glass of wine, binging Pinterest or Instagram Reels, getting inspired for the upcoming projects that I want to take on. So have a nice and cozy outdoor living space, and that will definitely update your home. So next up, the third out of the 6 affordable ways to update your home without remodeling is to acquire neutral colored items. So, I'm not a professional interior designer by any means, so this is just my personal opinion, but hear me out. For the most part, colors will come and go. I mean, when you think about the bold colors that are trending right now, they probably won't be trending 10 years from now. And just like the gold countertops I mentioned earlier, at the time, it was in style when my Pepe built this house. Now, not so much. But I feel like neutral colors will always be the base. So whenever you're shopping for decorations or accessories, think neutral colors. For example, my comforter and chunky knit blanket are a good baseline for the orangey toned flooring. And while this pine flooring is beautiful for the room, I would say the orangey tone is another outdated color. So by adding the neutral colored base, it kind of makes it feel a little bit more modern and less outdated. So next up on the list for the 6 affordable ways to update your home is to touch up your bathroom vanity. And this is pretty similar to the kitchen countertop example that I gave earlier, but it takes it a step further. So adhere the vinyl to the countertop in the same, way that you would for the kitchen counter. Also, on a side note, just make sure that you pick contact paper that's waterproof. I think it's pretty self-explanatory as to why, but just, make sure that you're picking the right one. And also, I would say adding some simple yet decorative elements to your bathroom vanity is another great way to update the bathroom as a whole. A bathroom vanity tray is a great way to do this. But you can take it a step further if your sink is outdated, like mine was. It was, again, the gold color, by painting it. And I do have a major recommendation from doing this. Don't rush the process by simply taping the painter's tape over the drain. Actually take the drain out. Learn from my mistake, because I just covered the drain with painter's tape and I was like, oh, it's good, I got this. But because it wasn't 100% flush with the drain, water did end up getting underneath and it peeled the paint. However, all things equal, considering that only the bottom section has peeled, and my husband kind of helped it along. He, was getting tired of looking at the chip paint, so he peeled it even further. Even though that section is bad, the rest is pretty much still intact. So I would say it's a pretty worthy update if it's done correctly. And also if you use the right paint. So make sure that it's an epoxy paint that can handle washing and everyday wear. I will put a link to the one that I used in the description below. But I gotta tell you, this bathroom has never looked brighter since I've done these upgrades. So if you are in a similar situation, I would definitely recommend doing that. And it's so much more affordable than changing out the whole vanity in itself. So yeah, definitely update your bathroom in that way. So next up on the list, the second to last one for the 6 affordable ways to update your home without remodeling is to have a cozy reading nook. And I think this speaks for itself, but the idea is to have an inviting and welcoming area. I find so often in homes, whether it's outdated or not, there's almost like an awkward area or like a vacant corner, and people struggle with how to fill that space. And I feel like you can never go wrong with adding an accent chair or ottoman or even like a bench to create a cozy reading nook, even if you're not a big reader. And not only does adding these accent furniture pieces add an element of warmth, but it also has an inviting place to sit or even put items down on. So like, for example, I have a classier floor joke because my clothes are at least on my ottoman and not on the floor. So it's all about perspective, but creating a little cozy nook is definitely a must. And last but not least, for the 6 affordable ways to update your home without remodeling, is to consider simplifying your area. I find many outdated homes are filled with visual attention grabbers. In other words, certain design elements have either harsh contrast, excessive textures, or even an abundance of curvatures, all grabbing at your attention. So, while a modern style is simple and sleek, an outdated red brick chimney, curvatures in wooden cabinets, or even popcorn textured walls don't exactly fit the style of a modern home. So, if you're looking to update these areas without renovating, ask yourself how to make the area simple. Also, allow for more space to highlight the areas in your home that you want the attention on. And this may take the form of making more space in your home by removing unnecessary furniture, or it may take the form of doing what I like to call covering it up by, let's say, hanging a picture or a TV on that popcorn covered wall to break up the texture, or like even adding a carpet to an outdated floor. Also, don't be afraid to have the less is more mentality when it comes to physical space. Because in the end, having an area to do things like setting up a table for a paint and sip with your friends is a priceless experience worth making room for. So, there you have it, the 6 affordable ways to update your home without remodeling. Let me know in the comments if you have done any of these or plan on doing any of these upgrades. I would love to hear it. And again, check out my online storefront. I have a ton of digital downloads that I hope you'll be interested in. And hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Bye.